million parts. Pull up just a little bit. And headlights. They've got lots of headlights. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
Do you know what brand sells the most work shoes in America? Skechers. Why? Skechers has the best looking safety toe and slip resistant shoes around. They've got superior quality and simply incredible prices. But many people get them just for the style. So you can enjoy tough, steel-toed protection and slip resistant soles anywhere, even if you don't need them for work. And since they're Skechers, you know they're going to be comfortable with Skechers exclusive air-cooled memory foam. Find your new pair of Skechers safety toe and slip resistant work shoes at a Skechers store, at Skechers.com, or wherever work shoes are sold.
15th in the 16-car NASCAR Cup Series playoff field, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is looking for redemption at Kansas Speedway. The JTG Doherty Racing Chevrolet pilot and 2023 Daytona 500 champ scored his only top 10 there last spring and hopes to better that effort at a track he adores.
I've loved Kansas ever since I started going to that racetrack. I love kind of the lip that they have at the top of the racetrack. The bottom, if you can get your car working, you can make passes. Restarts are unreal exciting for the fans and even for us as drivers. And so, it's a great racetrack and definitely glad that it's in the playoffs. I would have picked it to be in the playoffs.
I'm Susie Armstrong. This is NASCAR Today on the Motor Report.
Ags mostly higher but mixed. This is Hoosier Ag Today in the Wednesday Closing Farm Market Report, brought to you by Country Mart. Say hello to the future and get more power and fuel efficiency with Premium Diesel X4 with ProFlow. It's the diesel fuel of the future. Find a dealer near you at countrymart.com. Soybean and wheat futures led the way today after yesterday's crop condition ratings showed a drop beyond what was expected. The strong dollar and better weather proved to be a headwind, keeping corn futures steady by the close today. December corn down just a quarter, 4.85 3/4. March $5 even, closing a penny lower. November beans a pickup of 11 1/4 today, 13.76 1/4. December wheat 6.09, up almost a dime, and December live cattle 186.50, up 2.35. Deese lean hogs 74.45, down 62. I'm Andy Eubank, Hoosier Ag Today, Indiana's Farm Network.
With this Network Indiana Sports Updates, I'm Eddie Garrison. In 4 days, the Indianapolis Colts will open their 2023-2024 NFL season with the Jacksonville Jaguars coming to town. Defensive coordinator Gus Bradley is already worrying about that top 10 offense that the Jaguars possessed last year that's looking to improve this year.
Yeah, they are very, very talented at all positions, that can really be very explosive. I know a couple of preseason games, I think it was Dallas, they had like 12 explosive plays. And so they have that ability to get big plays, and it's through a variety of guys. I think they do it.
Sprained ankle, swollen joints, and no time for an appointment? Schneck Medical Center has you covered. Visit our orthopedic walk-in clinic for expert care. Our specialists provide fast attention to a number of bone and joint problems. No appointment necessary. Available Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 11:30 a.m. For more information, visit schneckmed.org. Schneck, healthy together.
Bring on the garlic. Get ready for another epic event this summer with Papa John's new Garlic Epic Stuffed Crust Pizza. This is the third version of Papa John's Stuffed Crust Pizza. First there was the regular cheese stuffed crust, and then they added pepperoni into the crust. Now this pizza has garlic in 3 places: in the crust, on the crust, and in a cup with its special garlic dipping sauce. The pizza has a blend of cheese with garlic seasoning inside the crust and more garlic seasoning on top of the crust. It's available as a large pizza for just $13.99. Papa John's also has a garlic chicken pizza, which has a hand-tossed original crust with real cheese, vine-ripened Roma tomatoes, grilled all-white chicken, artichoke, roasted garlic, and fresh cremini mushrooms on a zesty garlic ranch sauce. Call 812-883-3369 to reach your Salem Papa John's, or stop in at the corner of Main and Hackberry Streets to pick up your hot, fresh pizza today. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's. Don't forget to get your Papa John's for those Friday night tailgates. Order a pizza and tune into the game on WSLM 97.9 FM or WSLM 1220 AM or streaming on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter.
Coach's Corner is your chance to get to know your local coaches, players, and staff of each local school and get the X's and O's before the next games. Join us on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. for the Red Hot Stove League for the latest from the Cincinnati Reds, and stay around for Coach's Corner. During the week, you'll also hear from IU and Purdue coaches, as well as updates from Indy Racing, NASCAR, and the Indianapolis Colts. You'll find us on WSLM 97.9 FM and WSLM 1220 AM, along with live streaming on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Be sure and follow us all season for a front row seat and a closer look at high school and regional sports.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Coach's Corner. I'm your host, Nate Pierce. I'm here tonight with Coach Luke Dean. How you doing tonight, Coach?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Man, I tell you what, it's been kind of an up and down weather week this week, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It started out kind of nice and then started to warm back up today. How's those practices been?
Good. It's been good. We're kind of used to the weather at this point as far as the heat.
Yeah.
If it cools back down, the kids like that. And it was cooler today, so, the weather is what it is, and fall, and, that's my favorite time of season. So.
Yeah. It's football weather. Like you said, it starts out hot and we start to cool down, and that's when games really start to pick up, and we start to feel good about the season. So man, I tell you what, I was sitting in the booth at Salem Friday night listening to the reports come in and this and that. Man, I was really hoping for better reports coming in.
We just got outplayed. I mean, they came out and.
Well, I mean, it's Freak Maine, it's Brownstown, and
they're always Brownstown, but I thought they were much more physical.
Yeah.
They were much more attacking on defense. They blitzed a little bit more and brought a little pressure, and they just outplayed us. They're a good football team, and we never got anything going offensively. We struggled on that side of the ball. It just seemed like we were just out of sync, and defensively, it seemed like we played defense the whole night. And
right.
I know we gave up 42 points, and I didn't think our defense played that bad. You're going to give up points to Brownstown. We gave up a couple of runs. I think 2 runs over 20 yards. That was it. Usually, they're ripping off big games. And, I thought our kids tackled well. We gave up a couple of throws that we shouldn't have gave up. That hurt. Those were big play touchdowns. But I thought that the main thing was they came out, were more physical, and they took it to us.
Yeah, it's with a team like that, you've got to come out, and you've got to put your foot on the floor the whole time. Because with a team like that, they're not going to give you any breaks, and you're going to have to earn everything you got out there. And I've seen football game after football game where you see the kids come out and they're just flat for some reason, and they just never pick up any momentum after that. Was that kind of the case, or was it just something off?
I felt like they come out and they were the aggressor, and they forced us a 3 and out. We had a 3rd and short, felt like we didn't convert, and so we went to punt the ball and had a low snap and ended up installing on a punt and gave them a short field, and that's how it started out. It seems like they just kept coming, and we never really got on our feet, and hats off to them. They're a much improved football team, I think, from last year.
Yeah, last year it was kind of a down season for them.
Their front four on defense is really good. They're physical. They got one kid inside. He's a monster. He's a big kid, and he's just physical. And they're fast. They're always fast, and that you gotta give the credit to them. They came out and played it.
And sometimes that's just what happens. There's no rhyme or reason to it.
I think last year we caught them off guard a little bit. We went over there and gave them a little trouble, moved the ball, and scored the most points Eastern's ever scored on them, and I think it kind of caught them off guard, and they were ready, and like I said, they're a much improved team. Just watching them from the summer, we scrimmaged them to week 1 when they played Corden to week 3. They're a good football team.
Yeah.
And they're going to be the team to beat in the conference.
Yeah. And I still say that I can't say that you guys are not a good football team, because I see it. You guys are just right there, and but going up against a program that's so well established like Brownstown, you you got to go in there and give it everything you got, and sometimes that's still not enough, depending on the preparation they put into it. And like you said, they're a much improved football team than last year. So, what?
I mean, just going to that, we talked to the kids all week about, they're not going to beat themselves.
Right.
We're going to have to go out there and beat them and take the game. We're going to have to play our A game. We can't turn the ball over. We can't make, we can't give up big plays. And, we didn't come out and do that. And, you got to go take the game from them and beat them. They're not going to beat themselves. And, we got a couple penalties I thought that hurt us on defense. Like one time we had a D tackle that made a heck of a play in the backfield, tackle for loss. But as he's tackling, he's getting blocked into the running back, and he pulls the kid's face mask.
Right.
As the kid's already low, and, it's a tackle for loss turned into a 15-yard game because it's a 15-yard face mask. So it seems like we just couldn't catch a break on that aspect as well. And, they kept us deep in our own territory on field position, and, we've never got anything going. And it's one of those games where there's nothing you can do about it now. And,
right.
We've come on and had a good week of practice trying to get ready for Silver Creek.
Yeah. Now, you guys, are you going to Silver Creek?
Yes.
They're an interesting team. Watching them over the first few games, of course, they just poured it to Salem, but then they had their hands full the week before. So if you bring your A game, they're a very beatable team. I feel like watching what Eastern has done in the last couple of years, and the improvement that you had, I think you've really got something for them.
The key for us is going to be come out and play our A game, not turn the ball over, and not have the penalties. We got to do better offensively. We got to get our offense back in rhythm and back running the way we know it can run. And concern with them is they got some athletes they're going to throw the ball to, get the ball in space, and we got to be able to tackle and limit big plays and get them off the field. So I think that's the key. And last year we had a barn burner game with them at home. It was a 54, I think, to 46 or something like that. And they didn't forget that.
Right.
So they're going to be ready, and we got to be ready for their A game. That's another game where they haven't forgotten that, and I think they got the kids injured, and it's something that's been sitting in the back of their mind, I'm sure, and they're not overlooking us, and we're going to have to be ready to play.
Right.
Like I said, they got some big physical linemen, they've got some athletes, and they're a good football team, and we're ready to go down there. They got a new field, new turf field, and new facility, and I'm sure they're excited about that. But we got to go down there and play our A game and be ready to play football from the opening kickoff.
That's right. And with the players that you've got everything there. You've got all these key elements. Now it's just getting them cohesively together and working as a unit on any given night.
And we've talked about that. We feel like we have to worry about the team. Don't worry about yourself. Worry about the team. What can you do to help the team win? What can you do to make this team better? And start focusing on just the team and not worrying about individual accolades and that kind of thing. And we got to gel a little bit better. And we've seen spurts of things that look really good. In some games in Crawford County, things looked great, and even against West Washington, things looked really good at times. It's just now we got to put that all together, and we need to do that this week because these weeks they creep up on you and they go by quick, and next thing you know, it's almost the end of the season. So we got to get it ourselves together and get our rhythm this week offensively and defensively. I think our defense has been improved from last year. Limit big plays, get them off the field, force some turnovers. We'll see what happens.
You said something about the individual accolades, and you're absolutely right, because whether if you rush for 1,000 yards in a season or whatever, it's not going to matter if you were on an 0 team. You know what I mean? If you guys didn't win a game that season, it's not going to matter.
Yeah.
So,
and people remember great teams. They don't remember how many yards you had or how many tackles you had,
right,
or those kinds of things. And I think that's key for us is we have been waiting on that breakout game to where we put it all together, and we need it to happen.
Right.
And nobody's gonna make that happen with us. And we got to go out and perform. And like I said, we've had a good week of practice, and the kids seem focused and ready to go. So we'll see what happens Friday.
So whenever you guys walk into this game Friday night, do you have a certain perspective that you want to look at, or that you would want to give the kids as far as where this, how to start this game and what tempo to start this game at?
Well, I mean, for just going off of last week, we've got to come out and get our offense rolling. It really hasn't been clicking like it did last year. You know, and I think this was about the time last year. Maybe second part of the Brownstown game, and then into the Silver Creek game, we really got the offense rolling.
Right.
And so far we've had times where the passing game's been on, and then the run game wasn't, vice versa, or we didn't make that throw, or we made a drop pass, or we haven't gelled yet as an offense to get both the run game and pass game driving together. And when that happens, we showed last year we can put up a lot of points in a hurry, and that's the focus really right now is getting the offense back to where it needs to be, and defensively keep improving. I think that we've tackled better, we've contained better, we've done a better job on that side of the ball, keep improving there. And going into this season, we felt like if we can keep people under 25 points, we can score that many.
Yeah.
We felt that strongly that way. And right now our offense isn't to that point, and we got to get back to clicking for where the run game and the passing game are working together. We got to be able to throw the ball, take the pressure off the run, and vice versa. Against Brownstown, we struggle to run the ball. So it's we got to get that back clicking in that cohesiveness and just continuity, reps, game reps, and seeing different fronts and seeing different things that takes time to gel. And I think we're starting to see a little bit of that in practice, a little bit more so. I thought we looked sharp today. We got to carry that over Friday.
You were talking about these kids, and you guys have got upwards of 50 kids at a time, depending on your numbers during the season. But you've got 50 individual kids that have got to take that individuality and turn it into a one single unit. And getting them to do that, and they've got school, they've got work, some of them they've got homework and lives, and then they get out there on that football field and they've got to laser focus on this team and become one unit. That's a big ask sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, for teenage boys, that's hard to do. That's one of the hardest parts is getting them focused and concentrated, and and I think that's human nature in general is giving up your own individual accolades to help the team and make the team better. And sometimes that's difficult it's difficult for everyone.
Yeah.
Not just kids, but to understand, hey, I got to do my job, and he's got to do his job, and we all got to do our job as a team to make this thing work. I can't just worry about myself, and that's what we've been preaching. So I think we're getting there. It takes time, it takes maturity, and we'll see how we proceed here.
Right, and with the season creeping along, do you feel like there is a steady improvement, or do you feel like you've had like one step forward, two steps back?
Well, I think we've improved for sure. I mean, Friday night we didn't look very good on offense, but like I said, I think that's something we can fix. Like I said, defensively we gave a point. Yes, we gave a couple throws, but we also gave Brownstown a short field twice to score, and I think we have improved, and we'll see how Friday goes. That's kind of a litmus test as far as we week one, we played a tough game. Week two, we got to win. Last week we got smacked in the mouth. How are we going to respond this week? And I think that's going to be key moving forward, because every week in the conference is a tough game.
That's
right. It's going to be a physical game, and no one's going to let you win the game. You got to go take it. And that's what we've got to get through our minds is, if we want to win, we're going to take it from somebody.
That's right. And like I said, I've been saying this for as long as I've been talking to you about this team. I think you guys are just right there, and you need to have that one game where it just pushes you over the edge.
And I think that's where we are. We need someone to step up, make some big plays in a game to push us over that, and to get that signature win, to get that kind of that monkey off the back, so to speak. I think great things will happen.
Yeah. So how's your depth chart looking right now?
We're good. I mean, we don't have a ton of kids. We got 34 kids on our roster, but right now, we're for the most part, varsity healthy, and we've been able to work in a lot of guys, and these hotter games you have to.
Yep.
Which has helped with the depth and get some guys some reps, and I think cool off. We're going to play some more guys both ways a bit more, and I think that'll help as well as far as just you always want to try to put your best 11 out there, and
right.
It's a lot harder to do that early in the season just because of the heat, and it's tough getting in game shape. It takes games, and it takes time getting used to that, and I think our guys are in good shape, but when you're playing both ways and it's 85 to 90 degrees out there, it's your energy level just consistently dropping
right.
as you're playing both ways. So we try to minimize that as far as much as we can, as far as just especially linemen playing both ways, and getting those guys breaks and get some different guys in, get those reps, and like I said, as the season progresses, we can play those guys more both ways, and get our best 11 out there as much as we can.
All right. Well, Luke, it's been good talking to you this week. Yep. I can't wait to see how it goes this weekend, and I will talk to you next week, buddy.
All right, sounds good.
All right, you take it easy now. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Fantastic Sam's Cut and Color is hiring stylists. If you're driven, creative, and ready to make an impact, then we're looking for you. We offer competitive salaries, flexible schedules, and professional training. So bring your creativity, style, and drive to your local Fantastic Sam's today and show us what you've got. Fantastic Sam's. Real salon experiences. Real savings. Real fantastic. Stop by Fantastic Sam's in Salem today or visit their website at fantasticsams.com.
If you're looking for the best Mexican food, stop in today at El Camino in Salem. And don't forget to stop in before the game or come in up until 10 p.m. on Friday or Saturday. Come in during lunch for great specials during the week starting at just $5.65. The Speedy Gonzalez for $5.65. A taco lunch, $5.65. The quesadilla or enchilada lunch for just $5.65. Or try your choice of lunch fajitas for $9.95. Or the burrito zapada. New menu coming soon at El Camino in Salem. And they're hiring servers. Weekly specials include Tuesday's taco special. Buy 3, get 1 free. And Sundays, kids' meals are half price. Whether you stop in before or after the game, El Camino's is something for everyone in the family. Open till 10 p.m. on Friday and Saturday. And weekdays 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Stop in at 403 South Main Street in Salem. Or call ahead at 812-586-0199 for carryout.
Louder Than Life, September 21st through the 24th in Louisville with Foo Fighters. 3 days. Cool. Avenged Sevenfold. Godsmack. Limp Bizkit, Pantera, Queens of the Stone Age, Weezer, Megadeth, Turnstile, and many more. Get your passes on sale now at louderthanlifefestival.com.
The weekend you've been waiting for is back. Are you ready to feel the ground shake? Are you ready for the thunder? Are you ready for an adrenaline-pumping 3-second thrill ride? NHRA Camping World Track Racing Series returns to Worldwide Technology Raceway. See legendary superstars John Forth, Ron Cass, Tim Wilkerson, Robert Hiding, and Ron Brown barreling out for the countdown for the championship. September 29th through October 1st. Go to www.raceway.com to get your tickets now. Brought to you by the Illinois Office of Tourism in Discoverytown State, Illinois.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and I am accompanied now by Coach Brian Gleasing.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, every time I try to say your name, I'm thinking of Jackie Gleason, and I get it all mixed up.
Just add a G to it.
There you go. So, Coach, how's the practice been this week?
Been good. I really like the way we're practicing. I think the kids are getting better each and every day. Gotta come to work, and that's when you start a new program and everything's new. How do you practice? We tell our kids, you don't win the game on Friday nights. You win it on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and or lose the game for that matter. And we're getting better at practice. We're getting better at it. We still got a lot of kinks to work out to get for that whole hour and 45 minutes or hour however long we go, that we keep them going for that whole time. We just have our lapses here and there, but we're practicing so much better than we did 6 weeks ago.
Right. Man, that game, it was a tough game, and we knew Scottsburg was going to come hungry, They've wanted that 56 sign for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
So and the game almost last year was almost the opposite of what it was, because we were hanging our heads going into the first half, but then we came back in and Scottsburg kind of laid down last year.
Right.
But it was almost reversed for us this year.
Yeah, that's a symptom of a young football team.
Yeah.
When they scored there right at the end of the first half, you could just see the momentum. Our kids just see in our eyes that, we're going to lose. Now we're thinking lose. Well, and that's the wrong mentality. Whereas a veteran group would say, hey, guys, no big deal. We got this. And that, so that's where our young kids got to, we'll learn from it and go from there. But, it was tale of two halves.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Ryan and I were talking about that. It's like now we've got a ball game.
Mm-hmm.
Now that when they scored right there going into the half, we thought, okay, now we got to come back and we got to fight for it.
Yeah,
and we got the ball.
And we moved it across the 50-yard line.
Yeah, and the team didn't look bad, and we thought, okay, here we go. Now we've got a ball game.
And I think we may have had a penalty or
something. Yeah,
then
we got some silly penalties, and then we got some penalties that I didn't see, but I'm not down there on the field.
Right.
There was even a magical 2-point conversion that landed 3 yards out of the. But those are the things that we can't control. But the things that we can, we need to.
And again, that's a symptom of a young football team, an inexperienced team that when the going gets tough, the tough get going.
Yeah.
And we've got to be able to respond and have that attitude of, all right, we got this.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of sophomores and young kids playing. They all kind of look to somebody else to make a play.
Right.
So they all start looking at everybody else rather than.
And it's like, hey, look around, guys.
Yeah.
You're the dude.
Yeah. You are out there.
You are him.
But we'll get it figured out.
Like I said, you can blame penalties, you can blame this, you can blame that. Sometimes you just get outplayed, and
we got to do a better job. We're not a football team right now that we can't. There's a few things we can't have lost yardage play for offense, whether it's through a penalty, whether it's through a bad snap, or whether it's through a missed assignment, where we're now second and 14.
Yeah.
That's not indicative of a successful getting first down.
Right.
So that means that you're going to end up punting. Usually, I always say, penalty means punt.
Right.
We get a penalty, holding or offsides or whatever it is. Our margin of error is very slim.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have to break something around the edge and get a long yardage play out of that.
And then, we're not going to be a third and long team to pick up a third and 20, a 15, third and 10.
Right.
That's just, any team's not going to do that. But especially us, being as young as we are. And then defensively, we got to be better tacklers.
Yeah.
We have got to move our feet a little bit more. We've got to, and that's, a lot of these techniques are new for them, so we're still learning. We're getting better at it. We're a lot better tacklers than we were, back in week one. But now, you get the heart of it. We got to make some better. We got to make plays, especially open field tackling, break down, shuffle your feet, and get the guy going sideways rather than he makes a move and he's going north and south. So.
Well, I was really impressed with your defense in the first half, especially the first quarter.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like having Noah Dalton back in there really lit a fire under those boys, and Noah was in the backfield almost every play.
Yeah.
We mentioned his name so many times we thought we were going to have to sponsor him.
He did. He hadn't played last, 2 weeks, so this was his first game.
Right.
And, he did provide a spark, and he's only going to get better as time goes on. He's got to get. This is his first game. He was gassed.
Right.
Going both ways. So.
But I tell you what, he's got a certain energy that he brings to those kids.
Right.
He's a character.
Yeah.
And he gets out there and he pumps those kids up.
That's a good word for it.
But then even on like special teams and the offensive side of the ball, you had Noah Deaton.
Yeah.
He was pretty impressive this week.
Yeah.
And watching these, he's a junior, but watching some of these younger kids, Logan Dent.
Yeah.
That kid just continues to impress me.
Right.
And the fact that he's just a freshman.
Yeah.
Exactly. there's a lot of potential coming.
I always say to people, think about what you were doing when you were a freshman in high school.
Right. You know,
were you carrying the ball 25 times a game or a varsity football game?
Right. So I was carrying the water cooler.
I was the second string defensive back on a freshman team. So, but yeah, that's we got to put it all in perspective.
Right.
But you just think about what were you doing when you were a sophomore in high school or a freshman?
Well, and Coach Dean and I were just talking about the individual elements.
Yeah.
And then getting those individual elements and super gluing them together where you've got a team.
Right. And it's a lot of moving parts to a football team and a football program. And a kid, they got to understand, and we keep featuring it, and that's the team game. Everyone's got a job to do on offense. Everyone's got a job to do on defense. You may not make the tackle, but you've secured your gap. You've done your job, and the ball doesn't come to your spot. It's gone. Hey, you did your job.
That's right.
And then you run to the ball.
Yep.
That's what you do, and everyone runs the ball.
That's why you give them assignments.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
That's, when they hit their assignments and everything's working well, then the team plays well.
That's exactly
but
right.
But when one link in the chain breaks,
that's right.
The whole thing falls
and
down.
then sometimes you get lucky where you don't do what you're supposed to do, and you get lucky sometimes and get a big play. But that's one time out of 7 or 8.
Right.
For the 7 or other 8 times, you didn't get lucky and they gained a lot of yards. So we got to get that concept down that hey, I'm just going to do my job every play. You win your battle.
Right.
You're lined up against this guy. Win that battle. Don't worry about the tackle.
And you say that you win your battle.
Yeah.
And it's you always hear that you may have won the battle, but you lost the war.
Yeah.
So we've got to win all these battles to win this war.
Right. Absolutely.
So it's a matter of getting everybody working on the same page, getting everybody cohesive, and I think that they are buying into the program. I think that the kids have bought in. I think they have the potential. They've just got to stick it all together, And that's a tough road to hoe because they are such a young team.
And we're behind in the weight room.
Right.
You take, you just use. I don't know what the test scores are of our opponents, but I guarantee you that the 3 opponents that we played, their bench press scores are higher than ours.
Right.
Their squat scores are higher than ours. Their power clean scores are higher than ours. Well, that puts you behind the 8 ball as well when you don't have the strength that your opponent has. And that's a big thing, but that can't happen overnight. That happens with time.
Right.
So maybe this time next year we're talking a little different story.
And when you've got, stud running backs like we've got and, like a quarterback like we've got in Adam Mull, all those things are for nothing if you don't have a line protecting you, if you don't have that strength, if you're getting, you're getting your guys pushed into your face. There's nothing you can do about that.
That's right. And it's, when I took the job, and one of the first things I said was, in an interview, I said, we are a weight room offense. We are a weight room defense. In other words, what we do in the weight room year-round, which we've only been doing it for 2 months, basically since June, what we do year-round has a direct correlation on what happens on the football field. So if you think about what, like a North Harrison or a Silver Creek or a Scottsburg, they've had their programs going for 3, 4, 5, 6, sometimes 10 years in the weight room. We've been doing it for 2 months.
Right.
And, and that's hard to overcome. When the guy across me is benching 275 and you're benching 160.
Right.
Well, law of physics is going to dictate, who's going to win that most of the time,
So this week we're going to take a little walk up the road here to Brownstown. That's going to be a tough game. We all know it's going to be a tough game. What do you think is going to happen there to make it worthwhile for us up there?
We're going to have to be better tacklers on defense. We're going to do our assignment on defense. Not give up the big play. I think they've hit the big play a lot in their games against Charlestown and Eastern. So don't give up the big play. Make them earn what they need to. Make them earn it. And then when we have the ball in offense, get first downs, and do what we do. Well, we move the ball fairly decently, and so it's not like we've been blown out of the football games. I don't think I'd classify any of the first 3 games of us being blown out. It was more, might say, like 35-7 North Harrison, but it was a closer game than that.
Right.
And the same with Silver Creek. And then last week, of course, we're winning at halftime. So
Right.
2000, whatever. And he was a veteran then, back in 2006. And so we get to do what we do. We focus on what we got. Now, they give us problems with their offense, their single wing and all that stuff, with the pulling guards and spinning and all that stuff. Just do your job. And
that's right. And it's more of, you're going to have to focus on what you do. And like Coach Lowry likes to say, you got to control the controllables.
Yep.
So you can't control what they're going to do.
Correct.
You can only control your response to what they do.
Correct. And we're excited about our football program. We really are. Nobody wants to be 0-3. I told our guys this week that don't worry about the records. Don't worry about the records. We got to go out, work hard, but enjoy football.
That's right.
Enjoy the game. And, and I think a little bit here in the last week and a half, the 0-3 blues have you kind of get the 0-3 blues a little bit. But, and that's my job as a coach to get a positive and say, don't worry about the record. Just play football.
Yeah.
And, good things will happen eventually. Just keep plugging away.
And that's the thing. You've got to go out there and every week give your all. Sharpen your skills and hone your skills. And, play to your, highest potential.
Right.
Don't give it away because you feel like you're being beat.
Right.
You've got to go out there and earn it because you don't want to be beat.
Right.
So it's getting that into a kid's head whenever you've got other kids at school saying this or that. It can be real demeaning. But if you're learning any lesson on that football field, it is that anything worth doing is worth working for.
Yes.
So if you're not out there doing the work and getting better every week, then you may as well stay home.
Right. Football is a strange game. It's the greatest game, but it's also a strange game where you gotta work all week long. It's not like it's not fun to go to football practice. It's really not.
There's 1,000 things those kids would rather be doing.
Football's not. It just sometimes isn't fun, but you gotta be a little crazy to play football too.
Right.
You gotta and they gotta go out there and just have a little enjoyment and get excited about it, even though it's 90 degrees and hot. We're hitting each other, and it's a tough game. That's why it's not for everyone.
Man, one of my worst memories of football practice. I grew up in Florida, and when our high school was on a pretty busy road, and we were sitting out there at practice, and we're just dying, sweating, and look over at an ice cream truck. You can talk about 53 dudes that just wanted to run. Coach, before we get out of here, is there any updates you can give us on Coach Mott?
Well, I don't know for sure, but I think he's coming home soon.
Okay.
There was a rumor that he was coming home tonight, but I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know. I haven't heard the latest.
We'd seen where he posted a video yesterday saying that he'd be around soon.
Yeah, so I don't know. There was a rumor that he was going to be home tonight, but I know he's getting discharged here soon.
Yeah.
So that's really good news. And I know that's huge.
I tell you, he looked really good in the video. Looked healthy. So
yeah, that's and I know he's dying to get home.
Absolutely.
And that's good. When I went to visit him, I think that who wants to be stuck in a hospital for what it's been a month?
Yeah, and it's almost like jail. You can't go anywhere. They won't let you do anything.
Rules,
I just want a pudding cup.
Yeah, exactly. Too many rules. And that's kind of, Coach Foster, he's a little stubborn like that. And he just wants to go home and be normal. Wants to be normal.
That's right.
Now, of course, he's been on a long road to hoe, and that's right. We're there to help and support. But I think his recovery will go a lot faster when he's at home.
Yeah. All right, Coach. Well, it's been good talking to you, and I will see you Friday night.
Sounds good. Look forward to it.
All right. I'm going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
This is Becky White from Wslm, and I'm here at the beautiful John Jones showroom in Salem, Indiana for the John Jones Auto Minute.
Are you ready for some football and fantastic deals on wheels? John Jones Auto Group is here to kickstart your season with unbeatable savings at all 4 of our locations. That's right, we're conveniently located in Salem, Corden, Greenville, and Scottsburg. Score big this football season and drive away a winner with John Jones Auto Group. Our dedicated team is committed to helping you find the perfect vehicle that suits both your style and your budget. Whether you're looking for a tough and versatile truck to tackle any challenge, or sleek and fuel-efficient sedan to zip through traffic like a star player, we've got you covered. Plus, don't overlook our certified pre-owned vehicles that offer affordable reliability. Get ready to do a happy touchdown dance because we're offering incredible finance options. Our finance team will work their magic to secure the best rates and terms tailored to your needs. Touchdown! And there's more. John Jones Auto Group is offering game-changing incentives, lease specials, and low APRs. Make this the perfect time to drive home, a deal you won't find anywhere else. Don't fumble this opportunity. Visit John Jones Auto Group today at any of our 4 locations. Or you can check us out online at johnjonesautogroup.com. And remember, you see so many because they paid so little.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and we're live with Coach Jeremy Lowry, sort of. So I'm going to have to try to get him as loud as possible here. He's got a prior engagement, and I'm talking to him via speakerphone. Can you hear me okay, Jeremy?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, actually, I can hear you pretty good.
Very good.
All right.
I can carry my voice a little bit here.
So, last week, what a show that was up in Mitchell.
Yeah, kids came out, played very well, prepared well through the week, and we were able to go out. It was a beautiful night, and it was a good night for the Senators. We were able to get a lot of things going on the ground, in the air, played really good defense, and had some nice plays in the special teams. And when you put all 3 phases together, it's generally going to be a good night, and it was.
So you guys had worked for this, and worked a few things towards that. How well were you able to put your game plan together whenever you got out there?
Yeah, we work hard to try to put a plan together each and every week, and the kids did a really good job of preparing through the week, and we were able to go out and execute that. And I tell you every week, it's more about us than it is the opponent, but there's definitely game plan components each week, and our kids did a really nice job picking those up. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, and just super proud of the way they went out and played with great energy and excitement, and it was a fun night.
Now, tell me a little bit about it. There was some. Like I said, I don't get to see the games because I'm hosting one on Friday nights usually, but I heard that there was a little bit of controversy towards the end of the game with like several delay of games or some odd penalty.
No, I don't really recall anything out of sorts like that. Game went pretty smooth. Not a whole lot of penalties. Very few penalties on us. We were able to take care of the football. We didn't have any turnovers. So it was a clean night.
Well, that's good to hear. Greg was telling me, because he was the one that went up and announced y'all's game, that there was something that they just, even Mitchell's coach walked off the field shaking his head and didn't understand the call. But I guess that's neither here nor there.
We had a goal line stand at halftime. I don't think Mitchell was too happy about the marking of the ball. But they had 4 downs inside the 5 to punch it in, and our defense was able to stand strong. That was probably the biggest moment I saw that they weren't too happy about over there. But we definitely held him short on the one, and super proud of our guys. We actually had 2 situations in the game. We had another one later in the game where we had another goal line stand. So yeah, it was anytime you can the opponent get inside the 5 and you're able to hold them up short, it's always a good accomplishment for the defense, and we'll get a few stickers for some team goals on those 2 stands.
And whenever you hold them that close, and they obviously you're going to go for it on 4th that close, and then you're in a position where you've got to fight from that 1 yard line all the way. Were you able to capitalize on that at all?
Yeah, it was really good, especially the one before half. Obviously, it was the last play of half, so we didn't have to bring the ball out in that instance. But the one late in the game, it was really great. We showed a lot of character. We actually had our backup quarterback in the game, had the ball at the half-yard line, and we were able to come out of there and get a couple first downs. We actually got 2 first downs. Then we punted, and we had great coverage on the punt. They muffed the punt, and they turned out to be a 57-yard gain for us. So, yeah, you know, those are instances you work. We work it every Thursday in practice during our situational time. One of them is you're backed up and you're coming out of your own end zone, and our kids did a really nice job with it. And, you know, especially, like I said, we had our backup quarterback in at that point, and he managed the offense very well. We got a nice push up front. And, you know, the first thing you talk about is, obviously, you got to take care of the ball down there. Then your second goal when you're backed up like that is you want to get at least 1 first down to give your punt team a little room to work, and we were able to do that. It worked out nice.
You know, whenever you work those situational things and then they pop up in the game, we were talking about that once before, it's like that aha moment, like, see, this is why we work that, you know, and it helps the kids to understand that you're not just out there doing this just to, you know, you're not making stuff up on the fly. There's a reason for this.
Absolutely. It's always great to have reinforcing moments during a football game that you can refer back to that really solidify the things that you're working on throughout the week in practice. And we've had a lot of those this year. And, you know, it's a lot of things that you look at a lot in the off season, and why you come up with a lot of the drills you come up with, and why you come up with some of the different scenarios that you try to work in practice is you want to practice with purpose. And anytime that's showing up to the players and they can recognize it, it's even better.
So what's practice look like this week? You know, it's been a little cooler. The weather's been a little different.
You know, kind of unusually warm tonight. A little hotter tonight than I thought it would be. We practiced well. We kind of had a different week because our JV game was on Tuesday. So Monday was more like a Tuesday. Tuesday was more like a Monday, and then today we caught back up with Wednesday. But it's gone well. Our kids are doing a nice job preparing. They've worked hard. Monday was a pretty physical practice. Tonight was a pretty physical practice as well. Monday was a little bit lighter version of that with the JV playing on Tuesday night, so we didn't have those kids available. But super pleased where we're at. Our kids do a great job preparing. They do a great job of coming out through the week and working hard. And you know, we're ready to have a little pregame Thursday where we'll work a lot of situational stuff tomorrow, work a lot of more special team stuff tomorrow, and get ready to play another game, a big one against Spring Valley.
Yeah, that game against Spring Valley, it's always, you know, that's one that you guys look forward to every year. And we got the opportunity to play them last year, and I tell you what, that team plays with a lot of heart.
Absolutely. You know, they do a good job, and they're going to play with a lot of energy, and they're a physical football team, and we're going to have to go out and play well and just be super disciplined. And that's kind of the motto this week is we're going to let our discipline carry us. We've been a super disciplined football team all year long, and we want to continue on that trend and be super disciplined in all 3 phases of the game, offense and defense and special teams. You know, talk about, you know, always first and foremost, our most important stat is, you know, the turnover ratio. We got to take care of the football. We got to create turnovers when we're on defense. And, you know, we feel like we do those things, and we play what we call senator football, and we'll be in good shape.
Yeah, and, you know, I've kind of stolen your little motto there, the control the controllables. I use that all the time now because it makes so much sense. But if you guys play your game your way, you know, it can only do one thing, and that's go your way. As long as everything's, you know, hitting on all 8 cylinders and everybody's hitting their assignments, you know, and you play just as physical or more physical than the other team, then...
You know, you can worry about a lot of things through the week. You know, as a coach, you can drive yourself crazy. And you can kind of send your football team down different rabbit holes if you're not careful. At the end of the day, you are who you are. And you've got to go do what you do the best you can do that. And you stress that to the kids that you know, we we go out and we play our style of football, and that's going to be good enough. We've talked about before, we're never going to ask our kids to be perfect. That's not realistic.
Right.
We're going to strive for excellence. We're going to strive for perfection, and but at the end of the day, we just want our kids to go play. We want to have fun. We want them to enjoy the game, but play the game the way we expect them to play it. And that starts with fundamental sound football, with a solid foundation of character. We're really proud of our football team. We feel like they play with a lot of character, and we just feel like that at the end of the day, that character is what carries us.
Yeah, and we talked about that before. You're not just creating football players. You're creating decent citizens, and that character flows over. If you're out there on the field and you're just being a punk and you're being mouthy and for no reason, and getting stupid penalties and stuff, you're not building the best football team. You're not contributing to the best football team you can be.
Yeah, your culture, your foundation, that's got to carry you. And the exciting thing about that is when your kids start figuring that out, you see certain things show up, like not panicking in big moments and staying calm, cool, and collective, and making big plays at the right time of games when you need to make it. I think all that stuff relates back to your foundation and your character, and we're excited where our football team's at and how they're playing. The other thing is we talk to the staff a lot, is we're excited because we've still got a lot of things to improve on to get better as a football team. We're still, like I said, we're far from perfect, and you're never going to be perfect, but there is a lot of room for improvement in our football team. And you can get discouraged about that, or you can look at that as an opportunity, and we certainly look at it as an opportunity because our kids are playing with great intangibles, but yet the game of football in the three phases of the game can get a lot better, and so that we feel like we have a really high ceiling, and we're excited about that.
Coach, one more thing before we get out of here tonight. I wanted to get an update, if I could, from you about Landon Holloway.
So I talked to Landon yesterday. I talked to him on the phone, and his spirits are great, and we were laughing and carrying on the phone, and it's great to hear his voice, and it's impressive on how he's taken this situation on with such a great attitude. Landon is temporarily finished up his chemo treatments, and he has gotten through that with very minimal side effects, and is doing really well. And if his numbers hold up, he's going to get a go home and spend a few days at home here in the next week or so before he starts another cycle. Obviously, he's on our mind constantly and in our thoughts and prayers, but we're super proud of how he's handling the situation, and super grateful and thank God for how well he's doing.
All right, Coach, I appreciate it. And I assume you heard the news about Brian Motzinger, that he was...
I saw the video, and made me smile, and it's good to see him. It's good to hear his voice, and I'm super happy that he's coming home soon.
All right, Coach. Well, it's been good talking to you tonight, and good luck this week, and I can't wait to talk to you next Wednesday.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right. You have a good night.
Right. Bye-bye.
All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we will be right back.
Sprained ankle, swollen joints, and no time for an appointment? Schneck Medical Center has you covered. Visit our orthopedic walk-in clinic for expert care. Our specialists provide fast attention to a number of bone and joint problems. No appointment necessary. Available Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 11:30 a.m. For more information, visit schneckmed.org. Schneck, healthy together.
Louder Than Life, September 21st through the 24th in Louisville with Foo Fighters, Green Day, Tool, Avenged Sevenfold, Godsmack, many more. Get your passes on sale now at RidersandLightFestival.com.
Get ready for the new school year with some custom school swag from Tees and Tumblers on the Square in Salem. The new school year and football season is right around the corner, and you'll want to come in and get your school's logo put on a variety of products to show your school spirit. Their back-to-school special is a logo tee of your choice with a tumbler for just $35. Located on the northwest side of the square, Tees and Tumblers offers a variety of pre-printed items, or they can custom make your items in the store. They have custom can koozies, air fresheners, and lots more. The possibilities are as endless as your imagination. Call 812-508-6199 or stop in and see the staff at Tees and Tumblers today.
This is Becky White from Wslm, and I'm here at the beautiful John Jones showroom in Salem, Indiana for the John Jones Auto Minute.
Are you ready for some football and fantastic deals on wheels? John Jones Auto Group is here to kickstart your season with unbeatable savings at all 4 of our locations. That's right, we're conveniently located in Salem, Corden, Greenville, and Scottsburg. Score big this football season and drive away a winner with John Jones Auto Group. Our dedicated team is committed to helping you find the perfect vehicle that suits both your style and your budget. Whether you're looking for a tough and versatile truck to tackle any challenge, or sleek and fuel-efficient sedan to zip through traffic like a star player, we've got you covered. Plus, don't overlook our certified pre-owned vehicles that offer affordable reliability. Get ready to do a happy touchdown dance because we're offering incredible finance options. Our finance team will work their magic to secure the best rates and terms tailored to your needs. Touchdown! And there's more. John Jones Auto Group is offering game-changing incentives, lease specials, and low APRs. Make this the perfect time to drive home a deal you won't find anywhere else. Don't fumble this opportunity. Visit John Jones Auto Group today at any of our 4 locations. Or you can check us out online at johnjonesautogroup.com. And remember, you see so many because they paid so little.
I hate to say this, but I don't think we got the tools here to pull this off.
Boy,
I hate to say this, but I don't think.
I've been wanting to use that button all season. Oh, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and it is time for a little bit of nightly inspiration. Tonight's discussion has been a lot about, cohesiveness and teamwork and rebuilding and things like that. And, it's it kind of goes without saying that without that team, without, the individuals coming together, then nothing is going to go the way you need it to. Nothing's going to happen correctly. So getting people to buy into programs is hard to do. Having the patience for programs getting started is hard to do. And, whenever, at the end of the day, you've got a bunch of individuals on these teams that have got to come together as one to make this happen. So, there's nothing that is 100% in the coach's hands, and there's nothing that's 100% in the player's hands. It is, it's the entirety of the group, the team, whatever. So tonight's quote is this: coming together is a beginning, keeping together is progress, working together is success. And that's from Henry Ford. Now, he hit the nail on the head there when it comes from individualism to becoming a team. Henry Ford was a successful man, and it was because of the group that he built around him. He came up with the idea of the conveyor system or the assembly line, and put it to use. And he made sure that every individual on that line was doing their job to have that final product that he wanted to put out. Another great quote from Henry Ford I use all the time: "I'll paint it any color you want as long as it's black." I just had to throw that out there. Henry Ford's a smart man. But it goes to the core of a lot of tonight's discussion. Talking to Coach Dean tonight, we were talking about how individual accolades don't win football games. It's everybody buying in and everybody doing their job and hitting their assignments and good news, guys. McDonald's ice cream machine is working. I've got proof of it. Once in a lifetime opportunity. But as I was saying, getting back to the core of it, you can have all the little components you want, but if they're not working together, then it's like having all these cogs that are supposed to be turning, and you got one of them out of sync. Well, then the other half don't turn. To get to the end result, everything has to be in sync and everything has to be turning at the same speed. So talking to Coach Dean, we hit on a little bit of that, and then again when we got to talk to Coach Brian Gleason, and I got to apologize for murdering his name every time I say it, but getting to talk to him about such a fresh, like he said, he's 2 months into this thing, and he's got those components that he has. He doesn't have anything extra. He doesn't have any special tricks in his bag. He's working with what he's got, and he's doing the best with what he's got. And when you get all those wheels turning together, all those cogs are working together, you're going to start to see something. But until that happens, then you don't have the results that you want. And like you said, he's been here 2 months, and the kids that he's working with, we got small numbers at Salem this year. So he's doing. I think watching the football team, I think the football team plays well. I think there are a few individual components that need to be cleaned up, and will. But when you're an undersized team, as Salem is, you've got only so much that you can work with. So you've got to do the best you can with what you got, and you've got to make it work with. It's almost the tools that you have, not the tools that you need. The tools that we have, that Salem has, are they're great tools. We have great speed. They have a smart, intelligent quarterback in Adam Mull. And he's getting out there and making those things happen, and making progress with such a young and small team. It's going to take everybody playing to that next level, that hungry level. So I feel like that's going to come on. It just it's going to take time, and this may not be Salem season, but next year maybe it will be. Then you get Coach Lowry, out there with West Washington, talking about how he's got kids that are doing certain things where they work these special scenarios. Doing that gets those individuals sharp and gets their minds together, and then whenever they get out there as a team and see those events happening, then they're able and prepared to act on those. And we talked a lot about how being able to actually see those moments happening live, real time in a game, really helps out and reinforces what Coach is telling them. And Coach Lowry is big on telling you that, Senators football is not Jeremy Lowry. It is those kids on that football team and the work that they're putting in and the progress that they're making and the skills that they're learning and putting forward. I love his approach on, I'm not building good football players, I'm building good citizens. And that is such a key thing to, the next generations. These kids that are becoming these good citizens they're going to be our next, mayors. They're going to be our next city councilmen. They're going to be our next football coaches, our next wrestling coaches. That stuff is going to matter, and instilling in those kids the individualism, but also that team spirit, that team cohesiveness is what makes a community what it is. People don't just sit around and say, "This is me, this is I, this is what I'm doing." This is, to an extent, we have that, but whenever you live in a community, everybody's got to pitch in, everybody's got to do their part. or it just doesn't work. There's those times where you're like, okay, let me give you a helping hand up. Well, a good friend of mine used to say that when somebody asks you to walk a mile with them, well, it's up to you to determine when that next mile starts. When are you going to walk that second mile? So as an individual on a football field, you've got to take it upon yourself to, for instance, with some of these younger kids, they're, looking around for that role model, that person that is going to, tell them, what to do. Well, at some point you've got to, and we touched on this with Coach Gleason, at some time, that point, you have got to realize and take the initiative and understand that person is you. You are them. It's time to step up and be that leader that we know you can be. That I think that Henry Ford quote, fit perfectly. It's a great, all-encompassing quote, and it hit on all three of our conversations tonight. So take that for what it's worth. And ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you guys coming in here and listening to me ramble sometimes. And I get off my thought process a lot. I'm always trying to throw in a quick joke here and there, but keep tuning in and listening to us, and we'll do our best to bring you as much information as we can, and let you know how the week's going for these football teams. After all, these are your kids, your grandkids, your cousins. Just keep interested. Football depends on people being interested and buying in. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you guys have a great night, and I will see some of you on Friday, or on the radio on Friday, and then the rest of you I'll catch back here next Wednesday. You guys have a great night.
Drew and Jonathan Scott here to tell you that American Family Insurance is committed to protecting your dream home so that your family has a place to share laughs, celebrations, and milestones, which is why their new homeowner discount rewards customers who have purchased a new home in the last 3 years with a discount on their homeowner's policy. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Contact Rodney Bruff, agent at Rodney S. Bruff Agency Incorporated, at 812-277-1400.